On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go a blessed and wonderful Saturday evening to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public, and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we're going in Jamaica. So watch this now my peeps. I'm gonna kick it off with a video that has gone viral all over social media, and it just sadly depicts the way of thinking of most of us as Jamaicans. The great Renita Adams said it, that most of us are criminals. A lot of people never too like the fact that he said that, but there's a lot of truth to it. Because being a criminal don't necessarily means that you're a nackis and clappis, or you're a scammer, or you are a person who is heavily involved in crime and violence in one way or the other. But it can also mean that you are so far gone and brainwashed by society that you literally see the efforts of the police and laugh at it and curse them for no reason. That makes you a criminal enabler and a criminal sympathizer. But for some reason, being like this, having this attitude towards police and soldiers in our country, has become a badge of honor to be worn. And sad to say, there's a lot of persons out there who have issues with the police, who would say the darnest thing about police and soldiers and has never had a bad encounter with them. But it is the popular thing to do to jump and cuss the police and the soldiers bandwagon. And that is not saying by a long shot, that policemen and women or soldiers are perfect. We do have flawed individuals within the ranks of the security forces, and that is a fact. But notwithstanding, the security force members that we cuss and class and laugh at each day are the very same ones when the criminal elements come knocking on our door or the doors of persons that we know and love. They are the ones that we will have to call on for the much needed help and assistance. So we need to support our police once they are acting in accordance with the law and doing their lawful jobs, and stop being idiots and mimicking their efforts when they're out there working tirelessly to rid our country of these criminal elements. The video that will be shown to you, I bet my last dollar, if it was criminals jumping out with high-powered weapons, taking the life of someone, they would not be ridiculed in a video form. But anyway, watch.
Look how the man find it.
The woman is a woman. Why don't you crack a window to Jason? Crack a window, Jason? Wrong somebody. When I get tricked, no blood clot. When I get tricked.
A wrong car.
Wrong car, what is a wrong car, man? Wrong blood clot car. Yo, come on them. Man, like some big waste, man.
A wrong car,
Wrong
brother.
blood clot car to pussy clot.
Them should apologize to the
Market
brother.
street them. But them a turn back. Piece of shit.
I'm going to check it traffic, man. I'm going to check it traffic.
Cheer them a...
Now, checks made by On The Spot News Media would reveal that the policemen got intelligence that a Mark X fitting the description of that motor vehicle stopped by them in the pouring rain was carrying criminal elements, heavily armed, going on a criminal rampage. Now, the criminal elements that they are searching for could very well be on their way to take the life of one of our friends, our families. And these idiots sit in their car and ridicule the efforts of our police officers. And sad to say, my peeps, this is indeed the mindset of a lot of Jamaicans. We definitely need a whole culture shift. We agree, as I stated earlier, there's a lot of flawed individuals within the ranks of the security forces. But we cannot say that all are criminal elements. If that was so, who would be the ones out there protecting most of us when we sleep? Think about it. Now over there in the Clarendon Police Division, another fatal knockings and clappings by the police. The police are stating that the man who lost his life is a known criminal element. And it is said that he is somehow connected to the Cherry Tree Lane fatal knockings and clappings of 8 and injuring of 9. But the residents are refuting the claim and crying foul play after the fatal knockings and clappings in the parish on Thursday. Now, Ricardo, Washington, presently on your screen, said to be 28 years old and from a Denby address in the parish, was taken out in a hail of bullets by the police at the Jack Mondays community in Denby early Thursday morning. Now, reports from the police suggest that sometime around 5:40 a.m., a team went to a house in search of this knockings and clappings suspect. The police stated that upon entering the premises, a man ran from the direction of the house. It is further reported that the police team attempted to gain entry to the house and were fired on by criminal elements. The police stated that they returned fire, after which Washington was found inside the house, suffering from what appears to be some whole heap of carnal wounds. He was, however, transported to the hospital, not in a bid to save his life, but to officially pronounce him you know what. The police stated that a 9mm pistol was recovered from that scene. But residents are disputing the report of a shootout. The residents them say, yo, a brawling murder the police them come commit.
We don't have nothing bad to say about the little youth and then killing our house. He could have run, he can't run, the police can have you doing, could have run, he don't make no effort to run. You know, see, he stand up there and make them put him in there and kill him. You know, see, Andrew want justice. May I ask you, Andrew, if I really come here, say the man, then we just kill out the youth, them just like that.
Then just kick down your door and the man comply. First and foremost, if you come for a man, you're supposed to tell him, say, what you come for him for. You see me, I say, you're supposed to tell him, say, oh, you know what, say, me have a suspicion of this and that. None of that. You see me? Then just come knock down door and just do whatever they want to do. That don't make sense, bro. You see me, want justice. You see me, I say.
Now, information reaching On The Spot News Media about this young man here, Ricardo, Washington. Information I say, boy, him is not really a knockis and clappis of such. But what he is guilty of, him always have a criminal in him house. So, the ones and ones them out there, I say, boy, on the spot. When the police them run in, some criminal run out, and the police them just shell down the whole place. And I saw him get caught in the crossfire and get dash away. Them a say boy them no know if the police them really find a strap in the house. Them not sure. But it is a high possibility see a strap might be found because criminal elements were indeed inside his house. So my peeps, one thing me can say, and I've said this over and over again, especially when me a feature wanted criminal elements, that you run a risk of losing your life when you harbor a criminal element in your immediate surrounding. Because when the squaddy or the soldier or his rivals come for him, you too may be caught in crossfire. So the ones them out there need to be careful. And if it is really so, then boy youth, you give away your own 3 pints. Yeah, man. So now we're going to hear from the head of the Clarendon Police, that's Superintendent Shane McCullough, who now weighs in on the latest spate of knockings and clappings within his police division between criminal elements and officers under his immediate control. Listen.
Shane McCullough, Acting Senior Superintendent of Police in charge of the Clarendon Division. We have been carrying out a number of targeted operations under the SOE. As recently as yesterday, the 2 persons who were picked up in the ongoing operations and investigations have been charged for the murders and shooting in Cherry Lane, the necessary intervention and support for the victims of crime that is also ongoing. Since the start of the SOE, we have been pursuing a number of other persons outside of the 2 persons that have been charged, and that operation is ongoing, and we expect that during the pursuit that other persons related to this tragic incident will be caught and brought to justice in short order. So we just want to reassure the public that we are continuing the hunt for these men, whether they're in Clarendon or they're outside the borders of the parish. The operations continue, and as recent as this morning, there was a police criminal confrontation that ended in one gentleman being injured and later pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. I would like to take this opportunity to appeal to persons who choose to engage in criminal activities, and when we go after them, which we will, and they then decide to engage the police in a gunfight, I want to tell you that there can be only one outcome, and I'm asking persons to cooperate. And if you find yourself in that category, please surrender and allow us to take you in peacefully so you can have your day in court. We will continue to carry out the operations as needed and as necessary to ensure that the citizens of Clarendon remain safe and secure to carry out their business and live in peace.
The superintendent was making reference to the arrest and charge of 2 criminal elements in relation to the Cherry Tree Lane massacre on Sunday, August 11. They have since been identified as Leighton White, otherwise known as Bands, and Duchesne Smalling, otherwise known as Snowman. I spoke about the criminal element identified as Snowman before. I've yet to receive a picture of Leighton White, aka Bands. But persons close to Bands are stating that the police them have the wrong man. And I also want you to note that Bands, that's Leighton White, aka Bands, was reporting on condition of bail for gun-related offenses when he went to report on his condition of bail, and the police took him into custody in relation to the Cherry Tree massacre. Now his families and friends are stating that he is indeed innocent and they want justice. Listen.
Him on there and him for report, and every morning him go and him report. My brother have a 6 o'clock curfew and he never make 5 o'clock catch him on road. My brother in a house with his girlfriend and in 2-step pitney the night of the incident. So all them fears so they see him down there.
What evidence do you have that Leighton White was down there? Churchy people don't know in foot. Don't know in foot. Say, you have to see foot. What evidence do you have? You have no evidence.
We got a call from the lawyer saying that they're taking my brother, to halfway chief for charge him for the shooting down at church. He said people from down at church could identify him, and the people them from down at church know say I know him. And while them say an innocent man go to prison, then if a killer out there for go back and do more damage.
Well, the police are stating that they have an eyewitness or witnesses that pointed him out in an ID parade. And as far as we know, where law is concerned, nothing at all can beat an eyewitness account of an event. Yeah, man. So I could see how that one play out. Now over there in the parish of St. Elizabeth, a couple lost their life early Friday morning in a section of St. Elizabeth identified as Mountainside. They have since been identified as Sharon Calder, a vendor, and her common-law husband, Richard Foster. Now, head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Superintendent Coleridge Minto, says Calder and Foster were taken out in a hail of bullets while leaving their home for the market. Now, the pictures seen by On The Spot News Media showed the woman laying face down on the roadway and her body riddled with bullets. So we're going to hear from the head of the St. Elizabeth Police as he weighs in on this latest spate of murders affecting his police division. Listen.
We're at the moment in the Mango Walk lane. This is in the Mountainside area. Sometime at about 3:45 a.m. the couple was on their way out of this lane. It is understood that the female is a craft vendor and sells in the Montego Bay craft market. The common law spouse was assisting her out when gunshots were heard. Residents stumbled upon the body and summoned the police. On arrival at the scene, we found the lifeless body of the lady lying in the middle of the road, face down. The gentleman was some distance away in the bushes. This is a community that is not known for violence. In fact, we have not had any major crime in this community for well over a year now. And so the residents of this area are very concerned and certainly not accustomed to this type of incident in this space. So we're appealing to anyone who may have any information at all on this gruesome act to share with the police. You can call 119, Crime Start at 311, or the Black River Police Station. Any information at all that you have, doesn't matter how slight it is or how minor you think it is, please share it with the police.
Now, up to August 15th, the St. Elizabeth Police Division has recorded a whopping 31% increase in fatal knockings and clappings by criminal elements. So between January 1 to August 15th, 21 people have lost their lives to the hands of criminal elements in the parish. So this is 5 more than the 16 fatalities recorded for the same period last year. I've said this already and I will say it again. St. Elizabeth, the parish that we know as St. Bess, has now narrowed down to to being sent worse. And it's all because of your doing, residents of St. Elizabeth. You have opened up your arms and welcomed criminal elements in your quiet rural communities because them come among some of you and spend some of the scamming and blood money. So I found fault why a lot of these rural communities are now riddled with criminal elements. Yeah, man. Truth is just the truth. And I saw it go. Now over there in the neighboring parish of Westmoreland, a taxi operator lost his life and his wife was wounded. But on the Spot News Media get to understand that the wife has succumbed to her injuries not too long ago. Now the criminal elements invaded their home on Water Lane in George's Plain in Westmoreland Thursday evening. It is said that the man has since been identified as 70-year-old Ronald Madden. So reports from the police is that the elderly couple was at their home with other relatives when a man drove up on a motorcycle and stopped at their gateway. The man disembarked the motorcycle with a firearm in his hand and entered the house through the front door. It is understood that the man canned up the couple before escaping. The couple was taken to the hospital where Mr. Madden was pronounced you know what on arrival, and his wife later succumbed to her injuries whilst undergoing treatment. Now you see how brazen and barefaced them criminal elements is. Stepping at the people them house, step through front door and just commit them slaughteration and just step back out like nobody's business, jump back on him bike and just gone about his merry way. Now what could that elderly couple have done to receive such a brutal end? Boy, me I tell my peeps. The thing rough, but anyway, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.